What is going on? I'm Zedmot. That is code Zedmot over there in that creator boost as you're picking up those 64 hero tokens for $7. I won't be grabbing it, but maybe you will. Do let me know in the comments if you have any need for hero tokens. I have got lots and lots and lots of trader tickets. Yes, they have been nerfed, but that should be enough, even if a new hero is dropped at some point. Into Warships we go, and I have been doing all right. It turns out if you put a little bit of effort in, good things happen. So we have cruised up into rank 23. I have gotten that shock blaster back there, which should make this central area slightly better. This base probably needs to be upgraded, but that can happen at a later date. Next up on my list is to complete the circle, get back up there, get those critter launchers, and then probably not go 8 engine rooms, but it's a potential just for the sake of doing it. Extra troop health there, extra troop health there. My cat is freaking out here. Holy. Also, getting those critter launchers will be nice. It is crazy smoky here. Forest fire nearby at our favorite swimming spot. Absolute gorgeous location. Do look up the souk potholes if you are so inclined to see something amazing. I'm a little bit concerned about that, but anyways, we are going to jump on in. We are on a 4 times win streak. We're in rank 23, and these kind of bases are a little bit worrisome. I think I've got decent strategies, and here's your detail right here that you need to be very, very aware of. 30% building damage. That means we need to go down to 2, maybe even 1 heavy choppa. If I had bullet, I would definitely use 1. Need to be faster. There's definitely a fine line. I probably should be using 1 here, but we're going to use 2 just... Do I dare use... I think I'm going to use 1. That 30% building damage just means that these rocket launchers are not a concern. Also, that shock blaster, not a giant concern. So we're just going to do it. We're going to go 3 over there, 3 over here, and then 1 way up the top there. Kavan going to go on that left-hand side, and we only really need to be slightly concerned about that right-hand stuff, so we'll throw some critters over there just to make gosh darn sure that our rocket choppas don't get hit on the flanks. And now just waiting for someone. Actually, you know what? We're just going to skip over all that stuff and come over into this neighborhood. Don't care about that cannon back there. Bypassing it will be far, far, far better. And then just keeping some form of critter on that far left-hand side, because otherwise we're going to end up just getting flanked, and then we're going to lose a rocket choppa, and everyone's going to be sad, and it's not going to go super duper well. And now that we've got our troops moving, we can throw a shock there and throw some critters out and throw a second wind, and we've got heavies out front on that right-hand side. So everything is looking fairly good. Just need to get a shock over there, keeping that boom cannon off, keeping that shock blaster off, and now things look fairly good. I think that boom cannon's not going to get any rocket choppas. Our opponent has retreated, picking up the easy dub. Now, I think going with 1 heavy choppa was the right answer. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Are you using 3 every time? Are you using 2? Are you using 1 at times? Now, I only have 50% troop health. That is the one thing that I am very, very behind on as far as stats go. I've got lots of everything else. It's just the troop health that I am slightly behind on, as you see us pull out a almost 2 minute time. Come on, 2 minutes. Don't tick. Oh, it ticked over. 1:59. So, decent time. I think we would have been slower if Glassmaker, that's a long time YouTube Boom Beach player. So, shout out to there. Let's keep moving forwards. I talked about how I'm low on troop health. So, I skipped that one, going up through the shock launchers to get that top bit. Let's just draw. I'm like waving my hands and stuff. So, we went up this path to get all of this stuff. and this stuff, obviously, which meant that we bypassed that troop health. So that troop health is on my hit list. One thing that I really, really, really like about this season, though, is that some items, such as this troop health, is actually cheaper than this troop health. There are other spots where this happened as well. It's the sky shields. Like, this sky shield is, where's the sky shields at? There's this sky shield, the first one is like 36 keys, whereas the second one is 34. I love that it's not this boring linearness. This tree is one of the best. So if you are out there, developer who designed this tree, I tip my fedora to you. Well done. So that troop health on my list. But this one is more valuable. That is brilliant. The fact that this is 2 keys more, this one is more valuable because it's got something behind it. Whereas this one, it's not blocking me from getting anything. So the fact that this one is cheaper I like that a lot. Tiny little details like that really do make the season, and we'll keep going here. This season has been great. I just wish it wasn't in July. Like, July is absolute insanity for me, and they've got 50% building damage, and they do have a shock blaster and a doom cannon. So those rocket launchers are going to be slightly more formidable, so we will upgrade a little bit. We'll get a second heavy Choppa out. And one of the things that I have done very poorly many times is I try to do like a 3-way split. Let's see if we can draw that. I try to have like here and then a late drop to go up, and then you just don't have enough damage against that 140% building health. So we are not going to be doing that. We're going to go something like this, and then over into this neighborhood. I tend to hold Kavan a little bit because otherwise those boom mines will eat him up and you will be sad, and we don't want you to be sad. So we're just going to keep going something like that, and then we'll drop Kavan up in this neighborhood because that should get him to a safe spot. Hopefully, just going to have to wait and find out, as a couple of those rocket Choppas are in a little bit of danger, but should be able to keep them heading over to this right-hand side. Now that everything is good, we'll make our way slowly and surely and carefully, and all the rest of the adverbs, I suppose, towards that shock blaster, getting some critters out, shocking some things, and then just watching the flank. That cannon was our concern. Didn't have any GBE to do anything about it, but just cruising through this base in all direct speed. Definitely not going fast here. Do need to worry about that sky shield a little bit. Can't BART out that back right corner. And my other account, the one that was top path, is now the proud owner of a sky shield. So that is great news for that account, because like you can see here, we just can't BART out that back engine room, which is making this account a little teeny tiny bit slower. It's not drastically different, but it definitely does make a difference as far as how fast you can get onto that final engine room. So we've got some stuff. As soon as that cannon goes down, we're going to flare onto there, getting onto that final engine room that we can actually flare. And now we're just going to flare on back into this neighborhood, ignoring the shock launcher, throwing the shock out there on the cannon, and then hopefully clearing this in a reasonable amount of time. I hate sky shields for this exact reason. We are at its mercy. I can do nothing but barrage all of the things, try to get that flare out a little bit sooner, and we're going to end up with 141. Not super duper quick, but as you can see, bringing that shock blaster into play underneath that sky shield, giving us all of the benefits. So if you're not sure where the heck to go, and you've got one of the two things, you've either got the shock blaster up the top or down the bottom, do go get that second prototype, the Doom Cannon on the bottom. You can see I made a couple swaps on this account. That's why I have almost 0 diamonds up there in that top right-hand corner. Diamond costs are definitely real. There was a Twitter post recently by Boom Beach asking if you liked time savers most or build tokens most for me from those rewards right there and right there. I am all about the diamonds. I scour my archipelago, man, I love that word, with the eyes of a hawk, looking for all of those free diamonds. Tend to only get 2 to 4 a chest, but sometimes you can get close to 18 or 20 if you're really, really, really lucky. And moving around, getting all of those mercenary bases is an easy way to check as well. It also makes sure that you get lots and lots of intel for your task force. And speaking of task forces, of course, do check the comments down below, or the description, I should say, because we have got a task force for you. 29 diamonds a day, every day. Now, I say I pick the diamonds, but I pick shards from here. And picking shards from there when your sculptor looks anything like this is beyond silly. I have I think 3,400 shards, which is in the neighborhood of, I think, 2 weeks of straight converting if I was to stay up every second of every day. So if you would like to help me get some diamonds, please do consider throwing code ZMod in that shop. I should calculate that and start like a GoFundMe called like convert all of ZMod's diamonds, because, or shards, I should say, because that is just an embarrassment. But people have got better things to do with their money. So anyways, that is going to be it for me. Very, very brief video. Warships, my tech tree coming together, having a little bit of time to push through and play some games, getting some wins out. We are on a 6-game win streak. I am hoping to get to 24.50. I had a comment asking, ZMod, sorry, that was not prepared for 4K yet. That's why I was using a quarter of the screen. We are broadcasting in 4K 60 frames per second with all of the 10-bit color goodness. So that is why, sorry, that was a tangent. So if you're looking for where the heck you want to finish to start next season, if you want to start in rank 12, you need to get to 21.50. Diamond is great, but 21.50 is better. Same thing, rank 13 if you need to get 23. So I currently will start in rank 13. I want to get to at least 14. 24.50 is my next goal. So let me know what your goal is, how you're doing, what warships are going, and all of the rest of the things. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace.